Hello students, I hope you are all doing well and studying well your previous topics. The topic of today's discussion is Victorian writers Dickens, William Makepeace Thackeray and George Eliot. Charles Dickens, William Makepeace Thackeray and George Eliot. Let us start with discussion about Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens is one of the greatest social reformers of his age, and he is the greatest novelist of Victorian era, and he is to be noted as a novelist with a purpose, and he is also called as a humanitarian writer. He is born in the year 1812 in a place called Portsmouth. Okay, so I am going to spell it out: Portsmouth. He is born in the place called Portsmouth, and he is the second child of 8 children. So totally there are 8 children. He is the second child. So his family is a poor family, and his father is heavily debted, and his father is thrown into the debtor's prison. And at the age of 12, he started working in a factory, and he is used to the child labor of the society also. After his father's release, I told you earlier, the father is thrown into the debtor's prison, and after his release, Charles Dickens was sent to Wellington House Academy. So this is a school where Charles Dickens was pushed into, and it is a very cruel kind of school. Okay, so he used to write about this cruelty or the cruel treatment of the school in many of his works. And the main thing is he's a follower of Tobias Smollett. I hope you remember who Tobias Smollett is. We learned about him in the earlier classes. And what are the main works of Tobias Smollett? Only 3 works: Adventures of Roderick Random, Adventures of Peregrine Pickle, and Expedition of Humphrey Clinker. I hope you all remember these works, so revise that also. And this Tobias Smollett is regarded as the master of Charles Dickens, and his novels are published in a magazine serially. Okay, so all his novels are published serially, serial 1, serial 2, these kind of serials like episodes in a magazine. And themes of his novel are satire on social institution, class and poverty. So these are the major themes of his novel. And one more thing I'd like to add is he adopted a pseudonym called Boz, B-O-Z. Okay, so he adopted a pseudonym called Boz. Some works of Charles Dickens and are published with the name Boz, B-O-Z. So now we are going to deal with the works of Charles Dickens. So there are total 12 works, and the total 12 works are Pickwick Papers, which is published in the year 1837, Nicholas Nickleby, which is published in the year 1839, and the third is Oliver Twist in 1839, and the fourth one is Martin Chuzzlewit, M-A-R-T-I-N, Martin Chuzzlewit, C-H-U-Z-Z-L-E-W-I-T, Martin Chuzzlewit in the year 1843, and Dombey and Sons in the year 1848, Dombey, D-O-M-B-E-Y, Dombey and Sons, and David Copperfield in the year 1850, and the next work is Bleak House, 1853, and the next work is Little Dorrit. Little Dorrit is published in the year 1857. And the next work is A Tale of Two Cities. It was written in the year 1859. And the next work is Great Expectation, which is published in the year 1861. And the next work is Our Mutual Friend, which is written in 1865. And the last work that I am going to mention is The Mystery of Edwin Drood. The Mystery of Edwin Drood. Edwin. The next word Drood. Mysteries of Edwin Drood. So the total 12 works are there. So the first two works, Pickwick Papers and Nicholas Nickleby, are like an adventurous stories. Okay, the next work, that is Martin Chuzzlewit, Dombey and Sons, David Copperfield, these are a kind of chronicle type works. Okay, then considering the next work, Bleak House, there is a coherent plot. The plot is very beautifully structured. Then we'll move on to the works. So as there are a lot of works, nearly 12 works, I'm going to give you very small short points for each work, because you cannot memorize everything and remember everything. Okay, so I'm going to give you very shortly. The first work is Pickwick Papers. So this is published in the year 1837, and this is the first work written by Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens wrote at the age of 25 the first work, Pickwick Papers. So as I have mentioned earlier, this is published serially in a newspaper. So this is published serially in a newspaper in 19 installments. Okay, so the thing very important is the first work of Charles Dickens is Pickwick Papers. So this is also a kind of adventurous story. The second work is Nicholas Nickleby. Nicholas Nickleby, written in the year 1839, and this is also a kind of adventurous story. The story of Nicholas, a young boy. Nicholas is the central character of the story, and he is forced to support his mother as his father is dead. So he is forced to support his family as his father is dead. That is the story of the adventures made by Nicholas Nickleby. The title is Nicholas Nickleby. And the next work is Oliver Twist. I hope you have studied Oliver Twist. So Oliver Twist is published in the year 1839, and this is also published serially. And this is a story about a 9-year-old orphan boy, Oliver. Okay, so this boy suffers a lot. He goes through a lot of hardships in the hands of different kind of persons, and at last how he escaped from these persons. So that is the story about. The next work, that is the fourth work that I am going to talk about, is Martin Chuzzlewit. This is published in the year 1843. And Martin Chuzzlewit is the last picaresque novel of Charles Dickens. It is not the last work of Charles Dickens. It is the last picaresque novel of Charles Dickens, because this picaresque novel means it talks about a rogue hero, one who is wandering here and there. That kind of story is picaresque novel. So the theme of the story is selfishness. So here the central character is Martin Chuzzlewit, who is a rich old man. So Martin Chuzzlewit is a rich old man who is taken care of by a nurse called Mary. So the story revolves around Martin Chuzzlewit and Mary. The next story is, next novel that I am going to discuss is Dombey and Sons. Dombey and Sons, published in the year 1848. So this is a story of a powerful man neglected by his family. So the central character is Paul Dombey, Pauldombey, Paul Dombey. So the thing is, in Martin Chuzzlewit, you have the central character, a rich old man called Martin Chuzzlewit. Here, Dombey and Sons, the protagonist is Paul Dombey, who is the owner of shipping company. Okay, the next work is David Copperfield. I know you have studied it. So it is like an autobiography of Charles Dickens. So here you can see one of the character is put into debtor's prison, like his which similars the life of Charles Dickens himself. His father is also pushed into debtor's prison. Okay, so David Copperfield, it is published in the year 1850. The story, the novel resembles the life of Charles Dickens himself. And the next novel is Bleak House. Bleak House is published in the year 1853. And this is a satire on English judiciary system. So this is a satire made to attack on English judiciary system. So this helped to form some legal reforms also. Okay, so Bleak House, you remember only one thing. This is a novel which talks about the satire on English judiciary system. Okay, the next work is Little Dorrit. Little Dorrit is published in the year 1857. So this is a satire on debtor's prison. So debtor's prison is closely associated with Charles Dickens, and to be particular, Charles Dickens' father, right? So this is a satire on the debtor's prison. And the next work is A Tale of Two Cities. So here Dickens is portraying two cities, namely London and Paris. So he is portraying two different cities, London and Paris. Okay, the next work is Great Expectation. Great Expectation talks about the story of Philip Purp and Estella. Estella is the lover of Philip Purp. I hope you studied this in Part 2 English, maybe. Okay, Great Expectation is a story about Philip Purp and Estella. The next work is Our Mutual Friend. Our Mutual Friend. This is the last completed novel of Charles Dickens, that is published in the year 1865. And the last work that I am going to discuss is The Mystery of Edwin Drood. So I hope you can see all the cover pages of these books, so that you can understand better. I have given these cover pages of each book. Okay, The Mystery of Edwin Drood, you can see it in the screen. So this is a unfinished work of Charles Dickens. So this work is an unfinished work of Charles Dickens. So I have discussed with you how many works? I have discussed totally 12 works of Charles Dickens. What are the Pickwick Papers? This is the first published work of Charles Dickens, and it is like an adventurous story. Nicholas Nickleby, a young boy who is forced to look after the family because of the death of the father. That is the story. And Martin Chuzzlewit, it talks about Martin Chuzzlewit himself. And Dombey and Sons, you have Paul Dombey, who is the owner of a shipping company, and David Copperfield. Here is also the struggles met by David Copperfield. Then Bleak House, it is a satire on English judiciary system. Little Dorrit, Little Durate is a story on, it's a satire on debtors' prison. And A Tale of Two Cities, it talks about two cities, London and Paris. And Great Expectation talks about Philip Perp and Estella. And Our Mutual Friend is the last completed work of Charles Dickens. And Unfinished work is The Mystery of Edwin Drood. Okay, so the next thing that I want to tell about is the characteristics of his novels. So his the novels have humor, lot of humor, fully described with a lot of power. So he possesses a lot of descriptive power. So he is good in characterizing each characters. Okay, whether it is Martin Chuzzlewit, or it is Paul Dombey, or it is Oliver Twist, or it is David Copperfield, he had a good hand in characterization. And but his range of success is very much limited. Okay, the characters are all mere caricatures. So like a you can easily witness like a caricature itself, each character. And his principal fault find in overwrought emotions. So there are a lot of emotions jumbling into the novels, and he suffered from more changes of taste. So each time he changes his perspective. One time he talk about judicial system, another time he talk about debtors prison, another time he talks about orphan boys suffering. So these kind of shifting perspectives. Okay, he loved melodrama. So he is fond of melodrama. That's why he's including a lot of emotions. Okay. And as I told earlier, he is a humanitarian writer. Humanitarian, what is the meaning of humanitarian? One who is talking for the human, or one who is supporting human in all aspects. A novel, he's a novelist with a purpose, I told you. And he is one of the greatest social reformer of his age. It is undoubtedly he is the greatest social reformer of his age, because because of his novels there was a lot of reforms happening, legal reforms and the debtors prison. These things changed the society a lot. So here ends the lecture on Charles Dickens. Thank you. The next Victorian novelist and we are going to learn is William Makepeace Thackeray. William Makepeace Thackeray. He is born in the year 1811 and he is born in the place called Calcutta. You may wonder how he born in Calcutta. His parents were working in East India Company while India was being colonized. Thackeray's father and mother was in Calcutta and he was born in Calcutta, and after the father's death they moved back to England. Okay, so he lost all his fortunes in gambling and he studied law, but he dropped out of law also, and later he became an editor in a magazine called Cornhill. So he became an editor of Cornhill magazine. And he is inspired by a writer called Henry Fielding. So Charles Dickens was influenced by Tobias Smollett, and Thackeray was greatly influenced by Henry Fielding. So totally there are 7 works of William Makepeace Thackeray. So we are going to discuss the 7 works of William Makepeace Thackeray, and here also I am going to simplify everything, because if you are studying everything you will be confused a lot. So I am going to give you very simplified versions of each novels. The first novel is The Luck of Barry Lyndon. The Luck of Barry Lyndon. You can see in the screen The Luck of Barry Lyndon, published in the year 1841. And It is a picaresque novel where a member of an Irish descent trying to become a member of English aristocracy. So an Irishman tries to become a high class man. That is the story of Luck of Barry Lyndon. Okay, and the next book that I am going to talk about is Vanity Fair. So the important work of William Makepeace Thackeray is Vanity Fair. It is published in the year 1848. If possible, memorize this year. 1848 is the year of publication of Vanity Fair. So the subtitle of this novel is A Novel Without a Hero. A novel without a hero. And the title Vanity Fair is taken from John Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress. So John Bunyan has written a wonderful work called Pilgrim's Progress, where you can see a vanity fair where devils are being worshipped and the Christians are being mocked at. The true Christians are being mocked at a place called Vanity Fair, and devils and satanic powers are being worshipped at. So that place called Vanity Fair is being taken by William Makepeace Thackeray for his novel. And as the subtitle suggests, a novel without a hero, there is no hero in this novel. There are two ladies. It discusses about the life of two ladies. One is Becky Sharp, B-E-C-K-Y, Becky Sharp, S-H-A-R-P, Becky Sharp, and Emilia Sedley, E-M-I-L-I-A, Sedley, S-E-D-L-E-Y. So these two ladies, one girl, Emilia, is a rich girl, but she is an innocent girl. But Becky Sharp is a poor girl, but she is always having a scheme for everything, planning everything and doing something for herself. Okay, so they both are good friends, and how their lives turn at the future. So that is the story about. The next work is The History of Pendennis. The History of Pendennis, Pendennis. It is published in the year 1850, and the full title is History of Pendennis, His Fortunes and Misfortunes, His Friends and His Greatest Enemy. Okay, so this is the long subtitle. You remember only the history of Pendennis. And here the character is Pendennis, that is Arthur Pendennis is an English gentleman. He is an English gentleman who sets out to London. He came to London to make his fortune and become a high class person. He tries to become a high class English man by running to London. That is the story about. Then the next work is History of Henry Esmond. History of Henry Esmond, H-E-N-R-Y, Henry Esmond, E-S-M-O-N-D. It is published in the year 1852. So the title is similar to The History of Pendennis, but the story is not like Arthur Pendennis story. Here the story is a historical novel. It is a historical kind of novel, and the story is talking about the character Henry Esmond himself, who is a colonel. That is, he is a military officer in the during the reign of Queen Anne. So the story talks about a colonel, that is Henry Esmond, who is living during the time of Queen Anne. Okay, the next work is The Newcomes, and this is a story of the title. The character itself is in the title, Newcome. So story of a Colonel Thomas Newcome he is a colonel, is a good character, and his son is Clive. The story revolves around Colonel Thomas Newcome and his son Clive, C-L-I-V-E, Clive. Okay, and the next story is the Virginians, Virginians, the Virginians. So this is a novel which is a sequel to the historical novel written by Thomas Makepeace Thackeray, that is History of Henry Esmond. The story is talking about the continuation of Henry Esmond, that is the story of Henry Esmond's grandsons. There are two grandsons of Henry Esmond, that is George and Henry Warrington. You don't want to remember these things, okay? The story of Henry, for your understanding I am just discussing the story of Henry Esmond's grandsons, George Henry Warrington, okay? The next work is The Adventures of Philip. The Adventures of Philip is the last completed novel of Thomas Makepeace Thackeray, okay? So here it talks about the title character, that is Philip Firmin, Philip Firmin, F-I-R-M-I-N, Philip Firmin. That is Philip Firmin is a good-hearted young man. The story revolves around him. The title is a long title like Pendennis. The story, the history of Pendennis, his fortunes and misfortunes, his friends and his greatest enemy. So like that, here you have a long title, Adventures of Philip on his way through the world, shewing who robbed him, who helped him, and who passed him by. So this is a long title, okay? So The Adventures of Philip is talking about the story of Philip Firmin. So let us recall the works one by one. Thomas Makepeace Thackeray's works. The first one is The Luck of Barry Lyndon. Here an Irishman is trying to become an aristocrat man, okay, and the problems he suffered is discussed here. And the next novel, Vanity Fair. The title is taken from, very important, 1 mark. The title of Vanity Fair is taken from John Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress. Okay, it is written in 1848, and here there are two characters. It's a novel without a hero. Two characters are Becky Sharp. There are a lot of characters. The major character are Becky Sharp and Amelia Sedley. Then the next work, The History of Pendennis. The story revolves on Arthur Pendennis, that he is an English gentleman who is setting out for London, and the problems he suffered. History of Henry Esmond is a historical novel. It is a story of Henry Esmond himself, who is a colonel by profession. The Newcomes is a story about Colonel Thomas Newcombe. He is a virtuous character. It's a good character, okay, and his son is Clive. So this story. The Virginians is a sequel to Henry Esmond, History of Henry Esmond. And the last work, the last completed novel is The Adventures of Philip, okay. And here ends the works, and I'd like to mention about a phrase that is given in your text, that is vanitas vanitatum, V-A-N-I-T-A-S, vanitas vanitatum. So that is this is a Latin phrase which is the meaning of it is vanity of vanities, V-A-N-I-T-Y, vanity of vanities. So the meaning of it is disillusionment. There is something is there, but there is nothing, okay, that is the meaning. And it talks about the disillusionment. This phrase is created by Thomas Makepeace Thackeray, and it shows the pessimistic note, okay, pessimistic note. Then let us move on to the characteristics. So he is a social satirist, and he is also called as a realist, okay. He is a social satirist and he is a realist, and he is attacking on snobbery, stealing things. He is attacking on snobbery, and his concern is moral. than artistic. His concern towards novel is moral and rather than artistic, and he has written romantic novels. All the novels are romantic and fully sentiment and with good motive and character. William Makepeace Thackeray has portrayed the ugly aspects of life. So, in one of the works, The Luck of Barry Lyndon, so you can see he is depicting the ugly aspects of life. The next point is, he is centered, his novels is centered in characters, and his characterizing is very good, and also he follows a colloquial prose style, and he's always charming. He's always with a purpose of social satire, and he is rightly called as a great satirist. And the work he has written one of the work which is stands out as a historical novel also. Okay, here ends the lecture on William Makepeace Thackeray. Go through the video lecture and kindly study all the important works and writers. So I'll be asking you questions, so be prepared and be ready. Okay, thank you.